Okay, hello and welcome to PMCLounge.com. Today I am joined by Sandeep, who has recently cleared his PMP exam. Sandeep, welcome to PMC Lounge.
Thanks, Shar.
So, Sandeep, why don't you give a brief high level background, your professional experience basically?
Yeah, sure. I have been working with three different companies, and my total overall experience is 12 years.
Hmm.
Uh, exactly. It covers 12 years within some days.
Oh, okay.
So this is, and regarding to the domain which I have worked on, that is mostly IPTV and VoIP domains and media related.
Okay.
So the current organization, it is mostly into media.
Mhm.
So like traditional set-top boxes and all, we are working on the IP boxes, the
Mhm.
end-to-end solution. So
Okay, super. So, when did you clear your PMP exam?
actually, I have started in 2018. It's when my organization has hinted me it
Mhm.
would be better for your personal as well as to the organization if you do the PMP. So I hesitated what is the actual benefit I will gain from that. So I
Mhm.
did not concentrate on that for some days. But later, I just as a Google search or something, I tried to do how many people are in hunt for PMP,
Mhm.
what is the craze for PMP. So I
Mhm.
realized yes, many people are there who are trying to do the PMP. So it will add to my professional experience as well as my personality
Mhm.
and the way how we do our work, the same work without much tension in a professional way,
Right,
which
right.
others may feel impressed.
Mhm.
And so, uh, in that way, I have started preparation. So I have already prepared. So why don't I write and clear the exam so that there will be some comma or full stop, which will
Mhm.
certify something.
Right, right. We're done with it
Yeah.
basically.
Yes. Yes. So in the meantime, I came across a BPMP certified by Umakant.
Mm.
So his mentorship has helped me much. And other than the primary mentorship, I need some additional references where I can benchmark or add something to me, to
Right.
my knowledge. So in which I came through around a month back with your PMC launch. I
Mhm.
felt how I missed this particular channel from so many days. So
Mhm.
immediately there was a short time and I have to cover so much things. So I have kept your videos in 1.5 to 2 speed and try to
Mhm.
cover as much videos as I can.
Right.
So I have covered many of these your videos, which
Great.
were short enough and good enough to cover much knowledge in a
Right.
short period,
Mhm.
so that we will not be bored and we will get much knowledge. So after going through your videos and some other websites also, like Shivu, some others, but the five tips which I want to share
Mhm.
to other PNP aspirants is that.
Sure.
Uh,
I think if you share these tips, I think it'll definitely help our community members and other folks that are PMP aspirants. So
yes.
yeah, go ahead. Go ahead with your tips.
Regarding the exam date, so I was waiting to write the exam, but there was no end to this lockdown, and there
Right.
is no particular date. So in the meantime, I was habituated to write the mock exams in the morning, 5 to 9. So
Mhm.
I was in a dilemma that this time is suiting for me. But how about the actual exam? Because it will be sometime 10 a.m. So
Mhm.
how I can write at that time? Because my mind is prepared to write it during this time. And
Mhm.
suddenly the good news came from PMI, that is you can write from home
Right.
24/7.
Mm.
So suddenly it was a good news for me because the time which I have set for my mind and the level of high energy I can put into the exam at that morning of the first hour.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So the slot also I try to book at the same time, 5:30 to 9:30.
Mhm.
So I logged in by 5 a.m. and I completed my whatever check-in process, taking the photos and doing the ID validation, and after that my exam started.
Mhm.
So the entire 4 hours just it vanished like anything.
Right.
But every minute counts. we have to monitor the time. It doesn't mean every question you have to see the question, see the time, because it may disturb our mind. So for every few questions, we have to check the time, and we have to do our calculation based on that, how faster I should go, whether there is a time for my review of questions. Accordingly, we have to do. So
Mhm.
the first point is, I'm starting with the points. So this is the point number one. I felt like
Mhm.
there is no such thing as 100% prepared. I am ready to write. You cannot do like that, because
Yeah.
there is nothing full stop or comma for this,
Mhm.
because it is an end, no end ocean.
Mhm.
So we have to benchmark ourselves with some tutorials or something like your site, so that my ideology and your way of expressing the same concepts, is it syncing, whether my ideology is syncing with the actual industry experts, so
Mhm.
that for most of the things, if it is syncing, yes, I am good to go, and we can write. So this is what I felt regarding 100% preparation is, it not possible, and we have to benchmark at some point, and we have to uh, get ready for
Basically,
the
you
exams.
have to draw the line. You cannot
Yes,
be
yes,
100% sure that now
yes,
I am 100% ready, or
yes,
keep delaying the PMP exam by thinking that I'll write only when I am 100% ready.
yes.
Mm.
Because
Great.
by the time we think the existing knowledge may be dropping down, and some other uh,
True.
things may happen. So that is
Mhm.
what I felt. Even I have dragged it too much. Actual concentration I have done from June 2019, and
Mhm.
even the next level have picked up from February 2020. So
Okay.
this is these 3 months are actual crucial for me.
Super.
So the we have to keep one line. This is the date I have to do. Before that, whatever preparation, whatever plan, I have to prepare it myself. You may
Mhm.
be finding different charts where planners charts which are available on the internet. Maybe
Mhm.
you can pick something or prepare your own thing based on the industry experts, and just follow it. Don't drag it too much.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Super.
And the next point number two is 50% of the knowledge we can get from reading books, or going through some website lectures like PMC Launch, or some good lectures.
Mhm.
But it doesn't mean you have to go through each and every good site or anything, because our
True.
mind is a limited capacity, and whatever whoever does, it is based on the analysis of the PMBOK.
Mhm.
So there may be 100 experts, good people who are willing to share their knowledge, but 100 people experts expertise, it is not required for us, because
Right.
some good things from some people, they are enough. So
Yeah,
uh,
that's like getting into analysis paralysis, trying to go over everything that is available out there. You will never be done then.
yes, yes, you're right. So that is a thing, and even if you cover many things, also it will just put into 50% of the preparation, because actual thing is there is a book, but establishing like that, this is a reading and going through the book is just like copying the book into mind. That's it. But
Yeah.
without establishing that neurons one to another, there cannot be any logical relationship or thinking capacity. For that, we have to address maximum marks,
Hmm.
and during the process of addressing the mocks, we will gain knowledge in the form of addressing the questions wrongly or correctly. If it is wrong, why I answered wrong, whether it is some knowledge gap in me, or if it is right, is it really right, or my ideology, is it syncing with the authors, whoever
Yeah.
has written
Right.
that question. So
Mm.
this we have to match it. Then only we should be feeling happy that the correct answer is also correct. If
Right.
the ideology is different, but still I have answered the question correctly, then I should not feel proud of that,
Mm.
because by luck or something else, it was correct.
Right. That is very important point actually. The whole point of the PMP exam is not to, memorize something and then go ahead and answer those questions. It's about the way you think about project management. That is very important. I really like that point.
Yeah, and regarding to this point itself, regarding ethos, I did not personally by heart or try to memorize the ethos. uh,
Right.
whatever the questions I have answered by mistake, it might have come into my mind some ethos, but I personally I did not by heart ethos for this or in the even in the exam. Logically
Absolutely.
thinking, this comes to this one, and that's it.
Great. Great.
So during the exam, which might I have covered something earlier also,
Mm-hmm.
the time management is much important,
Mm-hmm.
for which we have to do some days of exercise, because our body is not habituated to sit for those many number of hours, uh, and maybe without break,
Mm-hmm.
without concentration deviation, because each minute,
Right.
it is important in the exam. So think about the current question.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever 72 seconds or maybe less or more you want to devote some time to a particular question. Think about that question. Do not think about the past question or the next question, how it will be. Just concentrate on that. And also,
Excellent question.
mm, the point is, we should not think about the exam result, whether it will be pass or fail, because even if you are given Bible, give me the result, or you pass or fail, everyone will be confused,
Mm.
because some questions will be in dilemma whether this is correct or this is correct. So,
Right.
what is your best logically correct answer?
Mm.
That should, because even in the PMI exams, there is nothing like this is the correct answer, this is wrong answer.
Yeah. True. True.
This is more correct than this particular option. So
Mm.
there is no correct or wrong answer. The best answer. That is
Mm.
the point.
Correct. Correct.
So
Very good.
do not concentrate, spend too much time on a particular question. If something is related to calculation or network diagram, sequence diagrams, drawing, just keep it for your review,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe you can come back. But it doesn't apply that you should come back for any other
Every
answer,
question.
because every time we are spending some time on a particular question means this time is spent.
Correct.
So don't dare to spend another set of time for the same question.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever thinking you are done, it is done.
Mm-hmm.
So the best analogy for that question, you should answer at that time itself.
Right. 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 Yeah. Very true. So you have 4 hours of time, but then you have 200 questions. So you cannot
Yes,
really come back and review all 200 questions in those 4 hours.
not even 1 or 10 also for some.
Right. Right. Right.
Yeah. So first time, go through, attempt everything.
Mm. Super.
Maybe if time permits, you can come
You
back
can
and review
always
that.
come back.
Yeah.
True.
Personally, for me, there was no time saved. Only 1 minute was saved. And that
Right.
1 minute also, I thought I will not check for reviews, but at least I have answered or no, not. So I was going through and I found that one question was not answered. How
Mm.
I missed that one. So
Mm.
I gone through that question. I saw I have analyzed that question already, but I did not select or maybe double selected. So
Mm.
that we have to take care, or else 1 mark is unnecessarily wasted.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, a lot of people tend to think that, especially those that are starting off with their PMP studies, right? They tend to think that 4 hours is a lot of time. You will be able to clear those 200 questions and then review them again. And 4 hours is a lot of time because generally you don't
Yes,
have exams that are 4 hour long, right?
yes,
But once you start preparing for PMP, once you take up some mock exams and all, that's when you realize that 4 hours is actually not you're not going to have a lot of buffer time in those 4 hours.
yes. And the way we read newspapers and all, it may also help regarding this, because the 50% of the concentration while writing exam, what I feel is understanding the question correct.
Mm.
Because there is slight change in the understanding of question, even in our knowledge may not help us.
True, 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 very true.
So that if we can get at least a 50% of our personal mistakes will be avoided,
Right.
only because of lack of knowledge. That is again 50%. That is so that is so the next point maybe I have covered before this. That is, do not gather too much material or books to prepare,
True.
because any one the source of the book is PMI book, and so that you have to go through at least once or twice, and to make your learning experience interesting and enthusiasm filled. For that, you can go through some other books like Rita or some other thing, and to have some interactivity like the thing, we can go through the videos like yours, which
Mm,
should be short enough to understand a particular topic, and it should cover complete knowledge, core concept, because
right, right.
it helps in
Mm,
preparation. And once you get to the topic 100%, even if you find some reference, you may not go through, because this end to end I already know. So what else someone may say?
yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
you can go through for benchmarking, but not for knowledge.
Yeah, yeah, true, true.
So
Yeah, so PMBOK itself has so much stuff that if
mm,
you and you have to go through PMBOK. That's something I would say is mandatory. So when you're going through PMBOK, you've already gone through a lot of stuff.
mm,
Then you can have a reference book, let's say Rita Mulkai or something. That's also a
yes,
lot of stuff. So when you have read these two, I think when it comes to reading, you're good. You don't need
yes.
anything else. Now, yeah, for quick revisions, for better understanding of topics, that's when you can come over to online resources like BNC Lounge, YouTube videos and all, and have a better understanding of something that you have already read.
Mm.
True. Great.
Because it is not like a hobby to collect a maximum number of good books or something,
Yeah,
because
yeah, yeah.
whatever is, it should help us. That's it. It
Exactly.
too much, it should not overload our uh, reading capacity or anything.
Totally, totally. I agree with that.
Some people drag it too much that we lose the core concept.
Right.
For a small topic, they will drag it. So
Exactly, exactly.
it should not be. It should be short enough.
Hmm. Very true.
Like what I said, PMC launch, I have gone through, and the videos were good enough for gaining the knowledge. Even for the first time person also, he can gain the knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
Even the expert level reading the final days of examination, they can do the benchmarking. So
Mm-hmm.
there is a different ways of using the good stuff
Mm-hmm. Right,
to gain
right.
the knowledge or do the benchmarking, or maybe
Absolutely.
there are a number of ways to use it.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And
Totally agree with you.
yeah, and especially regarding your thing, there very few people I have found the free material or videos kind of thing, because
Yeah,
many people just give some material as a way of advertising, but
mm,
they do not dive into deep to give the core thing.
yeah,
But the reverse thing happened with me with yours, because end to end you have completely said it is free, free, free. I said free means what will might be the quality, but going through some videos, I got the core thing,
mm-hmm.
and the internet, and the zeal and the enthusiasm with which you take up the every video.
Yeah.
So that energy passes it on to the reader.
Thank you so much. Glad you liked it.
Thank you.
Okay,
And
so yeah, yeah, go ahead.
even now also to get in touch with the core concepts, still I will be referring your videos and maybe others also,
Great.
uh, to establish that link, so that even if someone comes to me for help on PMP preparation, I should be ready to suggest or help someone in
Absolutely,
need.
absolutely. Yeah, great. Thank you so much for all the good words and thank you for making time today, Sandeep, to speak to us. Uh, your tips will definitely help other PMC Lounge community members as well. And I'm very happy that you have cleared your exam. Congratulations again.
Yeah, thank you,
Yeah.
and wish
So,
you good luck, and hope you will help many more members in their final days or even initial stages of their preparation. And my video may be helpful to some who are in a dilemma of their preparation and writing the exam. Just to
absolutely.
go and attempt it. If
Hmm.
you are good enough in mind, at least 70% above prepared.
Right.
That's
Great, great, great. Thank you so much, Sandeep. It was nice speaking to you.
yeah, thanks. Welcome to you. Sure.